Easter and spring is a time to have friends over and host parties. We, at Southern Living, decided to develop some recipes that would be a little more festive and maybe kind of unusual. I'm Michael Liao, and I'm a recipe developer for southernliving.com. We are going to show you today how to put together bunny butt cookies. First, you're going to take 2 sticks of room temperature butter, it's 1 cup of butter, and put it in your stand mixer. Add 1 cup of granulated sugar. After a couple of minutes, the butter becomes a pale yellow and it's really light and fluffy. With the mixer on medium-low, I'm going to add 1 egg, and I'm gonna wait until that's fully incorporated before I add the milk and our flavoring extracts. To this, I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of whole milk. And then I'm gonna add a half a teaspoon of vanilla extract and a half a teaspoon of almond extract. And you're gonna beat it until it all looks smooth and well combined. In a bowl, I'm going to combine 3 cups of all-purpose flour with 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder and a half teaspoon of kosher salt. I'm gonna whisk this together before incorporating it into the wet ingredients. Okay, so this is a lot of flour to add to the butter mixture, meaning if you turn the mixer on and just leave it on, it's gonna fly all over your kitchen counter. So lock your mixer into place, and I'm gonna turn it on to speed 1 and then turn it off and stir the mixture that way until it's incorporated enough to where it won't make a huge mess all over your kitchen. I'm gonna take my cookie dough, and on my work surface, I'm gonna shape it roughly into the shape of a log, about 16 inches long, and it'll be about 1 3/4 inch wide. Once I have it into the shape of a cylinder, I'm gonna very lightly press on the surface so that the side takes on the shape of an oval rather than a circle. I'm gonna take a piece of saran wrap, and I'm going to wrap the cookie dough and pop it in the fridge until it's firm, which takes about an hour. I've taken my cookie dough out of the fridge, and I've removed the saran wrap and put it on a cutting board. And I'm gonna cut all the way down the log in 1/4 inch increments. You're not looking for a perfect circle, you're looking for more of like an oval like this. This oval is going to form the body of the bunny, and the bunny's feet are gonna go at the bottom. You're gonna take a parchment-lined baking sheet, and then you're gonna take 2/3 of the cookie discs and just place them about 1/2 inch apart on the baking sheets. So now I'm gonna put these in my 375-degree oven for about 9 minutes and rotate them about halfway through to ensure even baking. With the rest of the discs of cookie dough, you're gonna take your knife and you're gonna cut it in half both vertically and horizontally. You're gonna take this shape, and with your fingers, you're gonna gently press each of the edges just to round them out. And this will create a bean shape that's perfect for the rabbit's foot. Once I'm done shaping, I'm gonna put them on a parchment-lined baking sheet. I'm gonna place them in a 375-degree oven for 9 minutes, rotating halfway through, just like the other cookies. Once the cookies are done baking, you want to remove them to a cooling rack for them to come to room temperature. That'll take about 30 minutes, but don't rush it. You want them to be completely cool before you start decorating. While the cookies were cooling, I made some royal icing, so let's start decorating the cookies. Pick up the cookies that are the body of the bunny, and we're going to pipe around the edges to create a barrier that we're later gonna fill in with more royal icing. So now I'm gonna take the flooding icing and I'm gonna flood the center of the cookie. You're just looking to fill the space, and I'm gonna use a toothpick to just kind of move it around so that it's evenly distributed within the perimeter. You're gonna now move on to the feet, and we're gonna do the very same thing that we did with the body. Once you've piped and flooded all of your cookie pieces, you're gonna take one of the feet, you're gonna put it on the bottom right quadrant of the cookie. And then you're gonna take the other foot and you're gonna put it on like this. You want the feet to hang off a little bit to give the illusion of a foot. I'm gonna take just some white sprinkles and kind of sprinkle them around the body. And I'm gonna take a miniature marshmallow and put it right in the upper 3rd quadrant of the cookie to look like a bunny's tail. On each of the feet, pipe 1 larger circle near the top, and then 3 tiny dots along the bottom. This just gives the illusion of a paw, making the cookie all the more adorable. I took some of the white royal icing that I used to pipe the edge of the cookie, and I added some red food coloring and just a little bit of rose water to both give it a floral flavor and to make it just a little bit thinner. So here you have it, a fun and festive sugar cookie that's sure to make everyone smile. Happy Easter.